Rick was in his motorhome shaving, thinking about the upcoming show, when suddenly there was a loud explosion. The blast shook his motorhome and rocked it from side to side, so hard that it threw Blanca off the couch onto the floor. Rick looked out his tiny bedroom window and yelled, "Oh my God! A jet crashed into the elephant trucks!" Blanca jumped up from the floor to the couch and ran to the front window. She could see thick, black smoke billowing up from the direction of the animal trucks in the backyard. Rick ran out of the motorhome toward the bull trucks. Huge, red balls of fire were rising high in the sky amid the black smoke. People were screaming and dashing frantically in every direction. Sirens could be heard in the distance, Air Force sirens. Animals were squealing in pain everywhere, and Rick ran as close to the burning trucks as he could until the searing heat drove him back. Buck was already there, trying to save some of the little elephants. Flames were spreading everywhere from the jet fuel. Horses, camels, and elephants were burning. It was a horrible sight, and Rick didn't think he could handle it. He started to feel a bit queasy. Just then, Buck hollered to Rick, "Rick, get those little punks unchained. Some of them are still all right." Rick was able to make it over to where the baby elephants, or punks as they were called, were chained. He was able to free 3 of them, but several others were already badly burned. Buck let all the horses loose from the side of the stock truck where they were tied. Horses ran everywhere, scared and hurt. By this time, the elephants that were freed were also running loose, and several of the crew were trying to round up the fleeing animals. Rick yelled to Blanca, who was helping with the roundup, "Get my pistol and some ammo from the motorhome, and hurry!" Blanca immediately ran back to the motorhome and returned with Rick's revolver. Her eyes expressed her horror as she handed it to Rick. He said nothing as he quickly loaded each chamber and snapped it shut. He took aim and started shooting those badly burned little punks. Hearing their squeals of pain and watching them drop to the ground was almost more than he could endure. He walked through the stinking mess of burning animals, making rapid judgments about which ones were to be put out of their misery and which ones he could save. As he turned the corner of the stock truck, he found Thunder, the prize horse of the circus, and 4 other horses writhing on the ground in pain as the flames enveloped their nearly lifeless bodies. The smell of burning horsehide was awful, but the look of terror in their eyes was worse. Rick reloaded and shot. Thunder was forever stilled. Then Rick turned, tears streaming from his eyes, as he pushed his way through the Air Force personnel who were trying to hold back the curious crowd that had gathered. Blanca spotted Rick walking toward her. He looked stunned as the pistol hung limp in his right hand. She ran to him and threw her arms around his neck in an attempt to provide some comfort.